We on?
Yes.
Good.
We are on.
I have another Mystery Science Theater 3000 box set from Rhino to review. This is volume 4. And as you notice, they're getting away sort of from the pop-up style. This one still has a little bit kind of design. It's got the little planet thing here. It can be a little annoying if you have an exact kind of DVD collection grid thing to slide it in. It's going to be a bitch to put in. And I've been careful, and you see there's a little fray here, but that's basically one of my only complaints about this box set. These are episodes taken from the sci-fi years, so naturally all these episodes are Mike episodes. And what they have is Girl in the Gold Boots, Hamlet, Overdrawn at the Memory Bank, and Space Mutiny. And okay, this one Rhino started to put things on the discs. They all have the same image, the MST3K logo with sort of a moon, which looks pretty. It looks much better than the last couple of discs. And the episodes themselves are hilarious. Girl in the Gold Boots. It's another grindhouse kind of exploitation sort of film with no real stars in it. Although the girl who is the lead character, let's see, does it have her name? Well, it doesn't have her name. But the lead actress, Michelle, the girl who plays Michelle, she has a small role in the original Death Race 2000. That's the only thing I really know anything about her. Let's see, it's kind of a showgirls kind of story. A girl wants to go to a big town, be a dancer, and she gets involved and sees all the sleaziness and goes away and lives her life in, Hickville, where it's good and pleasant and decent. That's basically the plot. Also, there's this guy who is supposed to be a teenager, but he's very obviously 50. And then there's Critter, who is the sort of rugged, good-looking, sort of almost hippie-ish, but not really kind of guy. And he's kind of a conscientious objector. I am retarded. And of course, this is being shot during Vietnam, so it's got those kind of issues going on. But don't pretend it's deep. One of the dumbest things is, let's see. They're trying to sneak into a place, and the inside guy goes out to throw some garbage away, and he passes by a guard. And then he walks in 2 minutes later with another guy. And let's see, I think it's Crow who says, "Oh, hey, I reproduced asexually while I was out. Don't worry about it." And of course, there's the fact that this is a bad cut, so one character just appears in a shot, and it's probably the funniest thing in the episode. And it's no fault of the movie, but it's still funny. Excellent episode. The riffing is just on target. All the host segments are very funny as well. Hamlet, probably the weakest of the movies, but I still have watched it a few times, and I do recommend watching it because it's Hamlet. It's the greatest drama of all time being made fun of. They were able to find actually, let me go back to the beginning. They make a bet with Pearl Forrester, and she loses, so Mike gets to choose the movie. So he goes, "Hey, you know what? I love Hamlet. I'm a big Shakespeare fan. I'll take a Hamlet, any one you want." And so she finds that loophole. She finds a shitty Hamlet made for German TV. It's boring and depressing, and just like every high schooler's nightmare of Shakespeare, it is just dreadful. And unfortunately, that does kind of bring down the episode a little bit. There's not as much to make fun of. It's pretty much a black and white stage play, and it's dubbed too. Which, by the way, I feel like I think Claudius is dubbed by a young Ricardo Montalban. It does really sound like his voice, and he has a good voice. He would have done it for the money. So that's my guess. Oh, Maximilian Schell actually plays Hamlet in this before he crossed over to the American audiences and stuff like that. And there's some funny sketches about Hamlet. You can tell that Mike's a big stage actor in his past and a big Shakespeare fan. So there's tons of jokes he's been just sitting on that he got to do in this one. It's worth a look, although not the best. It probably is overshadowed by the fact that 3 episodes on this are fantastic. Overdrawn to Memory Bank is brilliant. It's a film that was made for a New York public station, and it stars Raul Julia, and it's very 80s and very TV, and they're very proud of the TV video effects in this movie. I don't know if I can explain this at all. He plays, okay, Raul Julia is Puerto Rican, and the character he plays in this is named Aaron Fingal. There's goofy names all throughout this movie, and it takes place in a future where everyone has goofy names, and he is slacking off in his job. Apparently no one watches movies anymore, which they call cinemas. I hate it when they do that kind of shit. And he is punished to go to this retreat, which apparently is a good thing if you go voluntary, but if you forced, oh man, it sucks. Where, okay, they download your brain into an animal's brain so you can share the experience of running around some kind of forest or something that they have in the backyard. I don't know where he's supposed to be. Anyway, he's in a monkey brain for a little while, and it's very obviously footage of some monkey. And then he gets out of the brain and goes into the computer network and creates his own kind of holographic world, which looks like his favorite movie, Casablanca, and it's mixed up with, oh my god, I'm already having a headache. There's a lot of shit you see later in Matrix and all sorts of other kinds of better movies. And it doesn't really hold up. But, oh my god, there's so many great jokes on public television, the bad 80s effects, Raul Julia himself, and oh my god, it's an excellent episode. And also, this is when I really started to fall in love with Pearl Forrester, because during the host segment, she was doing her fake public television marathon. So, you know, there's tons of jokes about PBS and public television, and it's just priceless. And last but not least, I think there's one episode called Space Mutiny, which is, by the way, one of Lindsay's favorite episodes, if not her favorite episode. It's 80s, actually 87 or 88 or something like that, late 80s, so it should look better, but it's a very cheap Battlestar Galactica ripoff. Matter of fact, they use footage from Battlestar Galactica, the old series. They had the ship go in reverse. I don't know why that makes it any different. But, okay, outside it's Battlestar Galactica, and then inside it's obviously a big factory that was abandoned or something that they shot this in, that's supposed to be a spaceship. This has to be the biggest fucking spaceship in the world, or the universe, I should say. And it stars Reb Brown, who was the Captain America in the old TV movies from the 70s. Also, it stars, God, I can't remember his name all of a sudden, the guy who was in, oh, here it is, John Philip Law. And John Philip Law was in Danger Diabolic and Barbarella. And he plays the villain Calgon, where he just laughs and laughs and laughs, even at nothing. He just, and they even like dub in laughing for no apparent reason in some scenes. It's an extremely cheap, stupid movie, and really dumb, actually. Very, very dumb for a B movie. It's a Z movie. And there's also, in the episode, this is back when Sci-Fi Channel wanted them to do a story arc in their episodes. So at this point in the series, everyone was kind of trapped in ancient Rome. So, you know, it takes a second to figure out what's going on, but you're in the middle of a story arc for Mystery Science Theater. And Pearl and the gang are kind of trapped, so you got that to deal with. But holy crap, what a great box set. This is one of the box sets, if you're thinking about getting into the show, this is one of the ones you should buy. This is volume 4. This is 5 RAM chips, easy. And if you haven't bought it, if you're a big Misty, what the hell are you doing? You need to get this. Push the button, Lindsay.